Hey friends, it's Lori. Welcome back to The Generous Poor, where we're saving smarter, spending intentionally, and pouring into a life we love. Today, we're doing our January week number 4 budget with me, some cash unstuffing, and a little weekly check-in. It is freezing on the East Coast, like painfully cold, and we're supposed to get a big snowstorm this weekend. So this feels like the perfect day to slow down, check in, and make sure our money is set up to support being snowed in for the weekend. This winter honestly feels like the coldest one we've had in a really, really long time. And we woke up this morning and realized one of our chimney flues was stuck open. Something inside is not clicking and closing. And so the room, the family room is freezing because it just feels like an air conditioner is just blowing into the room. And that explains why our heater is working overtime. But the chimney company is coming out, and it's moments like this exactly why I'm feeling so much more settled about building our home maintenance fund. Like a few months ago, I was prioritizing different things, and now I'm like facing forward in that home maintenance fund. Until I started really tracking things, I didn't realize exactly where my money was going. It was going, but I didn't understand exactly what was happening. And so this is why these check-ins are so important. They're nothing dramatic. It's just quiet check-ins, understanding what's getting this, what's getting that, and moving things around if you need to, supporting the moments that we're in and not adding stress to it. So I feel I wasn't panicked when the chimney flue didn't close. I just made a call and set up an appointment, and all is right with everything. And it just felt good for the first time because I felt like we were ready and we had it handled. And that there's a real peaceful, just no stress. I mean, of course, you don't want to spend the money, on these home maintenance things, but knowing that you've set yourself up for success it's worth its weight in gold. So anyway, let's grab my budget binder. And I've done a few things. I've moved a couple of things around. And so what I kind of want to do right now is kind of go through, because our budget goes from the 17th to the 23rd. And so just things that happened. We had to replace some Blink batteries. We have Blink cameras on our house, and the batteries went out, so we had to go do that. My husband and I went out and got some bagels. We had a no spend. I went out to dinner with a girlfriend on Tuesday. And then I had a brunch out, just a breakfast with another girlfriend. And I have to tell you, these dinners out, although they're so amazing, seeing my friends and doing different things like that, it's so expensive. And then you add on, a tip to that and different things like that, and it becomes like a $40. This one was $30-something, and then this one, I don't know, I have it in my planner, but, and then my son, we're going out to dinner for his birthday, and it's just... it's crazy. It's crazy how much things cost. But looking forward for next week, I really don't have a lot on my calendar. And it just feels like that's sort of the wintering portion of my life right now, is not a lot going on because we're, the chaos of Christmas and everybody being home and stuff like that. And now we're just sort of settling in, clearing out. I've been, getting rid of some things, and it just feels really good. But I do have a doctor's appointment coming up, and that's a $25 copay on the 30th. So that is everything that's going to go on there. And so let's grab our expense tracker. So this is all my entire month, and this is what we spent. This is what I spent from the 17th to the 30th. And so let's grab my wallet and unstuff it, because I put a lot of these on my credit card. I try to use cash when I can, but sometimes it's easier to use my credit card. But I do love stuffing the cash still in these envelopes because it kind of keeps the guardrails up for me. And that's where my spending was sort of a little less clean, was, the groceries, my weekly spending, our dining out. And so once I sort of looked for those leaks, it's been a game changer. So, sometimes you're like, I don't have anything left. I've gone through everything. I've up and down and everything. And once you start tracking and sort of sticking to your budget, you're like, oh, wait a minute. I did do that. So let me grab a highlighter, and we will start unstuffing And then this is my calculator. This is honestly one of the most important things that I feel like I do. So groceries, I actually think I need change. So spending was for the Lowe's, which was 24. Etsy, I spent $5. And that looks like it's it. So we have 29 coming out of spending. So we have 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So we have 29. And again, I didn't bring any change, so we're going to be winging it. So let's see, spending 5 and 24. So I got that. So we have 15 left in spending. And then let's go to Pearl. Pearl's our Siberian Husky. We spend $30 a week on her food, treats, grooming. It's all sort of everything. And it's about exactly right. I generally have either a dollar up or down, but it's negligible, so I don't really go over in it. Okay, out and about, we have 33 plus 11 plus 19. I did a lot of out and abouting last week. Let's see here. So we should have 63. So 50, 61, 62, 63. So that's right. So out and about, and out and about. It was just the week where everybody was coming back from break and everyone's like, do you want to go grab a bite to eat and catch up? And you don't want to say no to stuff like that. I mean, it's so important for your mental health to sort of check in with your friends. And even though, you know, it costs money, maybe at this point we can't go sit at a coffee shop or go, I guess we can sit at a coffee shop, but we can't go sit somewhere and outside. It's too cold. It's too cold. Okay, so home is going to get 17, and that was for... so we're going to get 3 back. That was for our batteries, for our cameras. And so that is 5, 6, 7, 8. Going back in home. Man, batteries are expensive. I'm like, geez Louise. I guess they last a while, but dang, I was like, whoa. Okay, so 180 we spent out of grocery. I'm still using some things from my freezer, so it's not as bad. And then I used some cash. So groceries is going to be getting $20 back. And actually, I'll do 10. Nope, I can't do that. Okay, so we'll put a 20 in here. And, oops, I did the wrong side of this. Okay, and then we now are going to go into, so that's going to do it for my wallet. And now we're going to go into my, my son's birthday was yesterday. And so we got him a gift card. So I have to unstuff the birthday envelope. And in fact, I'm taking everything because, so we have 1, 2, 25, so 225. And we need 155 plus 100. Okay, so I need to pull out, let me grab, I'll just use purple. So I'm going to be taking out 23. I'm going to be taking out all of this, and we just have to build it up. We have 0 left. My middle son's birthday is in March, so I have some time to build that back up. So I just took out 225. Whoops. So 155 plus 100 equals 255, and then I took out 225. So I need $30. So what I have decided to do is take out $20 from seasonal activities because it was a family dinner. And then I need to take out 10, and I'll take that out of gifts because that was for my son's gift. Although minus 10, so we have 100. Whoops. So that goes in there. It's like I was keeping these trackers in here that sort of you know, I filled in the dots, but I was like, I'm using so much money out of these categories that I'm just putting a regular tracker in there. That's the life stage I'm in right now. Okay, so we did birthday, both birthdays. Okay, so we should have, let me put this right here. So we've got 30, 17, 24, 5, so we should have 574 going back to the bank. And so we have here 1, 2, this is 255. So it's minus 255. So we should have 319 in cash. So we have 200. And then 50. And then we should have 69. 40, 50, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. So that's exactly right. So we have let's put this in order. So this is going back to the bank. And I redid my budget binder and added some sheets in here. And so I will now start keeping track of it. Oh, it went through. So I can't use the highlighter there, but I have a bake return. And so, so I know exactly right here what's going back into those, into the bank. So let's grab our wallet and let's put this money. So this goes back into my wallet here. And this is my bank deposit. So I take this back to the bank when I go to take money out of the bank. So that is going to do it for that. And now this can sit off to the side. I'm going to close my marker. It's, you know, I didn't do a lot of impulse spending because winter is wintering, and it's freezing outside, and, you know, it's, oh, my phone. Uh-oh. But it's, nothing just needs fixing. Sometimes you just got to notice, and I am noticing my budget and looking at things and being intentional about what I'm spending. And sometimes that's all it takes is the notice. So, anyway, now let's set up week number 4. So now that I know that next week I just have a doctor's appointment, we are going to jump into my budget. This is our last week of January, so it's going to be January number 4, and we are going to be budgeting $11.90 plus whatever I roll plus my 50 envelope. So we have groceries. Let's grab our categories. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, I know what those are. You know, the kids are home for the weekend. My son's birthday was yesterday. I love this stage of life where they're living on their own, doing their own thing, but not so far away that we don't see them often. It really is the best of both worlds. You know, you raise them to fly, but selfishly you want them not to live too far because you want to be able to visit with them. But when they're home, it gets pricey. You know, we're back up to using, you know, our full grocery bill, our you know, we grab coffee, we grab generosity and buffer, and everything adds up. You know, you forget when everyone's gone just how much everything adds up. It's not just you anymore. Okay, so we are going to stick with our $250 budget for groceries. It seems to be working, and if it ain't broke, that's what I say. Spending, I'm still getting $75 a week. I am thinking about in February doing a monthly budget and starting at the beginning of the month and working my weeks out, and maybe giving me either my spending money the first week and the third week, or giving it all to me at the beginning of the month to sort of see how it plays out and see what I spend. I haven't figured that out yet, but, you know, someone mentioned the other day on my channel about, you know, I rolled out how I was going to work things out in January, and sometimes, you know, and they were like, I'm glad that you're not doing what's not working for you and you're kind of tweaking things even though it's only been a couple of weeks. It's your budget, and you should be able to tweak it as you go. That's why the check-ins are so important. That's why opening up your budget binder is so important, because if it's not working, tweak it, because you want it to work for you. you know, you see that something's not going exactly or something feels off, move it around, do something else. At least that's my opinion. So I'm not, you know, I'm budgeting for the life I'm actually living, not for a perfect week on paper. This is, you know, I always say this on my channel is I sort of started this channel to hold myself accountable, to show up every week, to do it. And the amount of money and spending and the way I'm kind of looking at things now has changed so dramatically from when I wasn't doing this, that everything else is just sort of, you know, icing on the cake, bonus. And so I'm pretty excited about it. So month ahead, we're going to skip because we already put our month ahead money in for the last 3 weeks. And so we are going to jump into rainy day. And that was the thing too, is like month ahead and emergency fund I was putting in every week, and that's not how my budget, how I worked it out in the year. And so this will only get stuffed twice a month. So rainy day is getting 10. I just still like to kind of put those little things in for the little things that do add up. And then home maintenance, because we are going to be having this bill come through for our fireplace. So it's weird. The flue just wouldn't click back down, and so we couldn't figure it out. And so we're just gonna have somebody out. I think it's like $100 or something for the call. Yard and garden, even though snow is everywhere, I want to keep putting in a little bit because it's going to be here before we know it. Health is going to get 25. I do have a doctor's appointment coming up, and my copay is $25 every time I walk in and see anybody. Travel is not going to get anything because I am working on a travel binder and with savings challenges, and I've stuffed this the last 3 weeks. So make sure you're looking at your overall picture because you know, you might not think that you're like, where did all my money go? And it's like you're double stuffing all these things. So hobbies is going to get skipped, and giving, I'm going to put in 50. Again, my son's running the Boston Marathon, and that's going to be here before we know it. So let's jump into our holidays, and I love this binder. I love looking at it. I love everything about it. I made a new dashboard for it. I mean, it's so fun. Make your binders like something you want to go into. You know, someone's like, oh, but it's so, you know, and it's like, no, it's like, if it's cute, you're going to go into it. And that's what I'm doing. I'm going into it. I think these are cute. You know, are these like my husband's speed? Probably not, but I think it's cute. I'm going to put $50 in here for birthdays because I got to pump that up. Gifts we're going to skip, and we are actually going to move right into the holiday. This week is just going to be a little bit lighter. Holiday on deck. And those are going to get 10. And then Thanksgiving, I'm going to just put 5 in. And then Christmas is going to get its usual 50. And then that is going to do it for my sinking funds. And then I have my 2026 games binder, and that gets $150 a week. And that goes for my emergency fund and my 1 month ahead and my home maintenance. And then I have my winter binder is going to get 140. Travel is going to get 60. Let's go here and see what we have left. And so let's see, 250. So my wallet is 490. So we've got 10. Let me put it over here. Plus okay, so 590 plus 490 is 1080. So we're going to do we're going to do, so I have a new binder coming out, and it's my Do Good Things binder. And what I decided to do is give it $60 a week. And that's just going to be for needs in my community and things that I think there's so many people struggling right now, food pantries, rescue shelters for dogs, different things like that. And I want to make sure we do give kind of regularly, but I want to make sure that I'm doing the smaller giving, the places that, you know, are reaching out and need something. So yeah, that's coming up. So that is going to be that one. So we have this winter travel, do good. We have 5K and my 10K, and we're going to do 25 and 25. So we have 60 and then 25 minus and then 25. Okay, so that's 0. And then we have our 50 envelope, and that we are going to roll. We are going to roll, let's see. Oh, 50. Okay, so we got $50 going into our 50 envelope. So, so now what our budget is, 1190 plus 50. So we are budgeting this week, 1240. Okay, so let's go through our denominations. So I go 200s, 120, 30, 40, 50. And then spending gets 50, 60, 70, 5, and then 25. This part always is like, did I do it right? So this one is 50, 60, 70, 5. Pearl gets her 20, 30. Generosity gets 10. Buffer is getting 25. 10, 10, 5. Health is getting 25. Giving will just get 150. This one is for my boys, and so each one was going to get $5. Birthdays will just get a 50. And let's see, 10, 10, 5. Christmas is going to get a 50. And then this is where things get kind of crazy. So we're going to do 4 20s, so 80 plus 40 plus 20 plus 10. So that's 150. And then this one will get 60. So let's do 60 plus 50 plus 20. Let's do 4 plus 10. Okay, so let's make sure that's right. So 20, 40, 60 plus 50 plus 20 plus 10. Yep, okay. Woo! Oh my God. I usually do these off camera, and I decided not to today. So 20, so 60 goes in here. So 20, 30, 40, 50, and then we'll do 10, 60. 5K just gets 25, 25, and then this one's going to get 50. And so, yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And then this one is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 6, 32, 33, 34, and then 40. And then we are going to check to make sure. So we got 200, 300, 280, 250, 170, and 40. So that should equal 1240. So we have 200 plus 300 plus 280 plus 250 plus 170 plus 40. 1240. Perfect. That always feels good. It is, you know, it's, you know, these check-ins are important. You know, I love to see where my money's going. I love to see what's getting what. And, you know, if I'm out and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I didn't stuff this, or I have a couple of appointments coming up and this is going to take that. It helps me just stay grounded and prepared. And that's sort of my intention for week number 4 is staying grounded and prepared, especially with winter doing what winter does. Between the cold, the storm, and the little house things popping up, having our money aligned makes everything feel lighter. But if you're watching, if you're watching this and feeling like, you know, it's all overwhelming, start small. You know, start with your wallet. Just start cash stuffing, you know, your wallet, and see how that helps you, and start tracking sort of the little things like that, because quiet, steady, it's unexciting, but it slowly you start to get into your rhythm, and you're like, oh, I can do this. And then you can add another layer into it and another layer into it. And it starts to feel settled instead of reactive. And that counts. So that's it, friends, for January week number 4, budget with me and check-in. And I will be back tomorrow with my cash stuffing. Our money is checked in, our week is planned, and we're heading into it feeling prepared, even with a storm on the way. If you like this video, please subscribe and tell me in the comments, what's the one thing you're preparing for this week, this sort of quiet last week of January? I'm looking forward to just having a little more time reading and just sort of in the house kind of things. No rushing, no craziness. And enjoying my boys for the weekend. So until next time, keep saving smarter, spending intentionally, and pouring into life you love. I'll see you tomorrow for cash stuffing week number 4.